we're going to get into the precons now. We're going to start with living energy. It's Teemier, so I fucking hate it. All right, they have a planeswalker, so I fucking hate it. Whenever you cast an artificer or artifact spell, you get an energy counter. You can pay 3 energy on combat to make a token copy of something you control, but it's a 5/5 artifact creature in addition to its other types, and you sack it at end step. I feel like it's good that we have an engine to turn things into violence, and we looked at this in the Aetherdrift stream, and I said this was the first Teemier commander I might actually want to build. I do like that we're telling the youth, hey, you need to murder people, here's a 5/5, as opposed to like, here's something that's going to make a lot of energy, and then maybe, hey, maybe you'll spend it one day. Who knows? So we have 20 artifacts, we have 38 lands. Let's look at the land base. Okay, dog shit, perfect. Oh, we get Academy runes, that's fun. Mana Fixer. That command tower art is good. A tapped land that we can't fetch. 2 dual lands that we can't fetch. A goddamn, I don't even know what to call these. It's not even like a filter land. It's like an overcommitment land. Holy shit, a fetchable land that enters tap no matter what you do and then cycles. So I can't believe we got the Sheltered Thicket reprint, dude. I can't believe we finally got the hot Sheltered Thicket reprint. Okay, you're gonna play 1 turn behind curve and you're gonna fucking like it. 8 mana Psych Rift your creatures is like good, because I think the biggest problems precons get into is they get into those stalemates where they're like, oh, I have no good attacks, I don't want to get killed by the crackback. Oh shit, it's your own too. I hate literacy, man. I'm Sharpie cubing this. We've seen people submit curves like this to the live streams, and I dog them endlessly for it. This is a fucking like ski lift mana curve. Our most popular is 3 and 4. They are telling the use, skip your first 3 turns. We are once again pushing forward the idea of hacky sack commander. And you know what? Just fuck it. Get stuck on a 6 mana thing in your opening hand. Oh, is this a secondary commander? Okay, whenever 1 or more artifact creatures deal combat damage, you get 2 energy counters at the beginning of end step. You can pay any amount of energy to make an XX vehicle artifact token with flying and crew 2. Good, even worse. Even more steps in between us and victory. We have Reckless Fireweaver, so we're going to accidentally win by playing all 20 of these over and over and over. Very good. Disallow in a precon, bro. Good. Good. We need to counter more abilities. Fine. I like it. They couldn't even give us the stupid fucking artifact planeswalker. I thought I was going to have to be mad about them shoving that everywhere. And they're like, no, too strong for the normies. The ability to draw 2 cards, too good. We can't let them have it. Doesn't this deck have infinites in it? I mean, at this point, I fucking hope. How else are we getting out of this game? That's not an infinite, that's an emergency exit. How kind of Wizards to add objectively bad cards in here so it's easy to upgrade. Yeah, it's not beating the precon allegation of 10 to 15 terrible cards. Honestly, I think the precons should just come with like a big paper sheet that has the whole deck list on it, and they should have those little dotted lines that they have for like arts and crafts class in kindergarten, so you can cut those f***ing cards out of the deck list. Oh good, we have Aetherworks Marvel. This to me says they gave up. They were like, f*** it, we don't know how to make this deck win. What if Energy gave them free stuff? Alright, hold on, we're playtesting this shit. This is big strong finisher move, can we even do it? Oh good. What's fucking curve, man. The mana box. I'm in a mana jail cell. I love skipping turns in Commander. Look, hey, early pressure, what's that? What the fuck is doing anything before turn 3, man? Turn 3, I'm gonna cast my commander and nobody's gonna remove it because this is a casual game and these precons have 5 fucking pieces of interaction. This is making me retroactively feel bad about how hard I was on Shoota's precon deck that they designed. Because they sent it in as like this was my idea for a Command and Conquer precon, and I was like, you dumbass, this is so unplayably bad. You gotta put some respect on Wizards' name. They don't put out shit like this. And here we fucking are. So it's turn 4. We have nothing to reveal, so I'll just play Exotic Orchard and then fucking Conjurer's Closet, which doesn't do anything, or Whirler Rogue to make my 4/4 unblockable. They gave us a Storm Engine and then crammed it full of 5 mana whatevers. This is a goddamn cast trigger, so Panharmonicon doesn't even help us. Okay, Conjurer's Closet. I tap out because that's what we do in Teemier. That's what we do in Commander. Commandy's nuts. We can't play an artifact and pay for this. I play an Artificer, I get an energy counter. I lose 2 life. I lose 2 life to make 2 blue. Oh, there is a counter for it. Chill. So we're on 2 energy. Next turn. Oh my god, I get to scry. Win con, baby. Right here. Fucking bootlegger's stash. And then I blink Whirler Rogue. So holy shit, I have 4 1/1 Thopters. I'm so nice. I'm so nice. This isn't an oh wait. No, I have 8 because Panharmonicon was on the field before we did Whirler Rogue. This is amazing. This is so good. And then I play Aetherflux Conduit. You know what? F it. We have 50 energy. I get to steal 1 creature. I get to get 2 basic lands. I get a Soul Ring. And I never played Panharmonicon, so I don't actually have half these fucking tokens. And then I can board wipe everything. Too easy. It's too easy, gang. F it, I have 50 more energy. What can I do now? Triplicate Titan, we win. We fucking win. We got Triplicate Titan. I get the Statue of Liberty to beat you to death. They're so afraid to print a deck that can even semi-functionally storm, because this commander text box says to me, oh, you want to cast as many artificers and artifact spells as you can to stack up your energy counters. You either want to do that or you want to be getting additional energy counters per cast somehow. And then the deck's play pattern is, what if we took a nap for 5 turns and then stuff started happening after we had resolved Panharmonicon and Saheeli and nobody had responded? And like, I shudder to think what happens if we use Pianalar, because we were making no energy, and we had no like convincing swings to get Pianalar's combat damage trigger. Like, I think people are going to brew way better decks with these two, but this is Temur propaganda. This is honestly just trying to make Temur look bad, to give the Animar players some space to cook at their LGS. Because they've already told us that with the new bracket system, Precons are going to be the lowest bracket, right? Precons are what's acceptable in every single deck. And if this is where the floor is, that means your jank is still going to be viable in the bracket system. Eternal Might, 39 lands. Let's look at the mana base first. Okay, you get to regenerate zombies. That's fun for them. Cycling lands, that's very funny. Don't you guys like tap lands that don't fix your mana? But this deck does want to discard. So I will excuse, I don't know if I'll excuse it, but I at least... I at least see the vision of, we want to cycle stuff to give zombies a lot of damage. Fucking bounce land, bro. Sure, you need to get the cycle land back so you can cycle it to win the game by giving my zombies +2/+2. Capped except for basics in the 3-color deck. We should not be messaging the new players, hey, you guys need to have a lot of basics. That's bad. At least these are searchable. You could stab me and I would be in less pain. There's not going to be Frantic Search. Holy shit. This might be the worst card ever. Never Return. Good pun. 3 mana, sorcery speed murder. 4 mana, exile 1 thing, make a 2/2 sorcery speed. This card should never return. Never to return to my deck list. Okay, zombies and or tokens have +1/+1 and have flying. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, make a white zombie creature token. Okay. That is, I think, a meaningful tool for zombies. As an enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Creatures get +1/+0 at the beginning of end step for each token you control of the chosen type that entered this turn. Make a token that's a copy of it. That's fine. That's fine, dude. I love that rather than come up with any actual deliberate plan, the best thing we can get out of these precons is like, but what if you did it twice, bro? We had Panharmonicon and we got this. Their only plan is like, but what if you did it again? That would win, right? 35 creatures, so it's at least working with what Bantu wants to do. Binding Mummy. Oh, good. We have zombie stacks. Corpse Knight. So we have a drain effect. We have the normal, like, haha, I have a bunch of dead bodies around me, so I get to draw cards. Then we have the true dope commander. Probably my most hotly anticipated card of this entire set, Hashatan, Scarab's Fist. I with this card so heavy. I think the people who think that this is absolutely broken, you have brain poison. You can definitely build a deck with this that is fully broken. I'm going to be reanimating Mothra and just hitting people with a 4/4 Mothra. There we go. I'm going to copy the 9/9 flying lifelinker that can't be targeted unless you give me all your shit and lets me steal stuff for you. The deck has removal, holy I think for sure this deck probably functions better than the energy deck just because it is zombies and it has a banner that directly creates board-wide damage. One land, I mean, we'll do a mulligan for sure. One land, we'll do a mulligan. There were 39. That guy. That signet. We're not doing this game. Who needs card draw, bro? I don't need card draw. I just need additional cards that say zombie on them. I can't even cast this motherfucker yet because he's 4 mana. I mass zombies 1 because I'm the goddamn greatest. We don't need a Maskwood Nexus for zombies. We have like 80 of the fucks. I am in physical discomfort trying to make this fucking deck work, dude. But this is a more compelling board state than some of the decks you all have submitted. So I won't be too hard on that. What other cards are worth looking at for this set that are going to be better to build than these precons? Because we already know Hashatan is going to be so fun to build. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, that player creates a treasure token. Okay. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller looks at the top card of that opponent's library and exiles it face down. They may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and your color fixed. Yeah. Yes! We finally have fucking class consciousness, dude. I mean, if you do this as the commander, you do this and then every unblockable creature you can get your paws on, and then you just build a new deck on the fly. That's fun. That's like Commander Cube. You just build this guy, say, this is my cube deck, and then you make your own commander cube out of everyone else's commander decks. I just don't believe anyone's ever going to do anything cool with this. I believe this is only ever going to fuel very masturbatory durdle turns. Local artifact player finds an excuse to take a 20-minute turn without winning the game, and I think this is going to be that little, like, hit of nitrous that they're gonna push to be like, now it's my turn with the talking stick. Artifact decks are gonna be normal with this. You motherfuckers have had Seedborn Muse for too long. You motherfuckers have enjoyed Seedborn Muse for too goddamn long. It's our time now. But also a 5 mana 9/7 that's legendary. Smash! God damn. It took us 10 seconds to get there. Sab Sunan, Luxa Embodied. 6/6, reach, trample, indestructible. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. At the beginning of your first main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on Sab Sunan. Then if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. I think I'm most beefing with this having indestructible. I think some people are expecting me to freak out about this. I'm desensitized to the amount of bullshit that Simic can do. At least they have a turn off of kicking me to death with the Frogussi. Counter doublers are reasonable on this because counter doublers, you skip the cards. Like if you have a 5 mana draw engine and you're going to look me in the eyes and say, yeah, I'm going to skip drawing 2 cards so that I can attack with it. Very real. Please, I won't even block. You're going to skip drawing a counter spell and another ramp spell that's going to incidentally draw you 2 more cards? Go ahead. Why does this get huge tits and Chandra doesn't? Lesbians deserve big tits. They're going to do all of their little machinations in order to animate the frog goddess and have her hippity hoppity stompity on me. But if they're going to do all that to have her kill me, I'm happy. 3 mana furry. Menace, lifelink, indestructible, can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, draw a card, lose 1. We cannot keep justifying farewell like this. We're going to split the fandom again, you guys. This is going to lead to violent revolution. I don't like how good this is for Flicker decks. I don't think every Flicker deck wants to have and you get to draw a card on it because it's not like we're that hard up for good ETB effects to begin with. This is really just, I'm going to Flicker, but now it's going to be guaranteed advantage forever, even though Flicker already was guaranteed advantage forever. Probably not going to be broken. I do think this is going to spawn a new generation of like landfall players, but in Orzhov, aka decks that don't really have a good way to win, but are just like, well, I'm able to dig for doing this really simple thing that my deck's really good at. So I'm going to keep digging and I'm going to hope. Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile, now Cantrip. Yeah, that's cool. But again, it's trying to incentivize those cards being used at sorcery speed rather than this player just holding up that interaction all the time and going like, ho 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 ho. Orzhov is finally going to have a fucking play pattern that is not I resolve Blood Artist. What are you going to do about it? I might try to build this as the first Orzhov deck because I really like removal, and all the removal has to be sorcery speed. So it's not even like, you don't even play this as a dipshit blue control player. You're really highly incentivized to let everybody else take their turn and then respond to it on your turn, which is, you know, that's good manners. 25-cent card, now playable. This is just draw one card every turn. Step on me, Frog Mommy.